Tulip, darling. I guess it's fitting considering I'm putting together her gift. I want to just start out this video real quick as well, this live stream, I suppose. Thanking Mystic Wolf. Thank you so much for the lovely gifts that you got me from my Amazon wish list. I'm just super appreciative. I know Tulip's super appreciative, darling. I never want people to feel like they have to get me anything. I just leave it as an option for those that want to just purchase something, give me a little something, something. But I always just put stuff that I would use for the channel and just stuff for Tulip because I know many people are fans of Tulip, darling. And since Miss Tulip doesn't receive a little YouTube paycheck, I was just like, you know what, darling? Let me just put some stuff up if someone wants to spoil her, darling. But yeah, today or tonight, I suppose it's currently 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning for me, and I was in the middle of recording stuff, but I wanted to just vibe out, put together this cat toy, darling. I have the box still unopened, and so I'm gonna be opening it right now. I don't know if I can show a knife on YouTube, so I'm gonna avoid that, but it's actually really gorgeous, y'all. Y'all get, from Amazon, darlings, but y'all get the picture. If you've seen it on Amazon, it's like little rainbow, darling. So let's get into this. And yeah, I just wanted to turn on this live stream just to hang out for those that might be up at this current point in time. And plus, I also know I have a lot of people from all over the world, honey, from South Africa. A lot of people from South Africa. Oh, girl, this looks complex, darling. I'm not no Bob the Builder, honey. Ireland especially. Ireland is one of my faves, honey, because that's the place I really want to go to because I'm half Irish, darling. Or I guess I'm not half. I'm like a quarter, I suppose. But I'm Irish, darling. I have Irish in me, and I can definitely drink if I want to. Actually, I do have a champagne bottle, leftover champagne bottle for my birthday. Maybe I'll sip on that. Maybe I'll celebrate with that with you guys. Since I never got to do my live stream, birthday live stream, maybe I can like have a little pop a bottle, pop some bubbly, honey. Maybe I'll think about it. But oh my gosh, y'all. So I didn't get a new phone. I got my current phone repaired. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I got my new phone repaired, or my old phone repaired, because the screen was lifting. It was just doing a whole bunch of whatever. I was having so many technical issues, this retrograde. And it was super frustrating in the moment for me just to deal with it, just because I was just like, ugh. Thankfully I was able to pre-record all of last week's videos before my camera really just like crapped out. And my phone really just crapped out. I'm so excited for what this is. Thank you so much, Mystic Wolf. Tulip's gonna love this, darling. But yeah, I was super frustrated in the moment. But I guess before I go crazy taking things off, I should look at the numbers here. Hey, Seth, how are you doing? I was gonna say how you doing, Gomez, instead of honey. How are you doing, darling? But yeah, I was in the moment at the time. I was just dealing with so many technical issues, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm some perfect spiritual guru, honey. One, I'm not a spiritual guru. I'm just simply Velka. But it's just like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I wasn't getting frustrated, because it's just like, man, like I just want to be able to record. I want to just be able to connect with people. Hello from, I'm not gonna pronounce this bad. Is it Seoul? Is it Seoul? Seoul or Seoul? Is the E silent? Hello, regardless, Gauti. Correct me, I always am big on like proper pronunciation with things, so definitely correct me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I do apologize. So what is up? But I was just dealing with a lot of frustrations with this Mercury retrograde. And funnily enough, I wanted to do a video where I was just like talking about Mercury retrograde and be like, oh, it's not always just that bad, y'all. You have to be aware about your own perception on it. If you feed energy into like a Mercury retrograde, ooh, darling, these directions. Feeding energy into it, like you might end up creating like a more complex or more of a unfulfilling Mercury retrograde if you feed energy into that perception, if you're always dreading it, right? And so, for me, parts I will need, honey. What do you mean parts I will need? For me personally, it's like right before I started doing that video, that's when I started having all these technical issues, honey. And girl, the parts that you need, please slide tubes into fabric sleeves first. Girl, I am not no Bob the Builder. What do you mean? All right. This is why I probably shouldn't have live streamed this, darling, because I'm just like, I see like R2 on this one, R2D2, darling. Is this Star Wars? Like, what is this? A35? Girl. I guess that's the part that I needed, supposedly. But yeah, like this Mercury retrograde was just a lot for me, y'all. And don't feel bad for me either. You know, I don't ever like to, anytime I talk about something online, I never am searching for sympathy, because simply, one, it doesn't do anything, right? Life goes on. And especially, like, one thing I've learned through just traveling in the US for a while and going to different people's homes and families and all that, and plus just doing tarot for you guys, is like, you know, a lot of people, like, people are going through struggles, darling. People get dealt like a bad hand, and it's just like, if the biggest thing I'm complaining about is just like, oh, my phone to record on YouTube is just not working right now. Like, girl, get over it, right? But at the time, I was just super frustrated, and it didn't hit me until today, actually, where I actually started being filled with just a lot of gratitude, because I was just like, you know, I, for a while, for those that do know, whenever I first like did the big change, left Washington and escaped that cult, disgusting cult, darling, um, I was just like, I needed a break from social media, and I took like a couple week break from it, but I didn't really fully take one. And then so I realized that um, I thought I was good. I thought I could just fast pace the healing process, right? Let me just put this down for a moment. I thought I could fast pace the healing process, right? Because I could always logically go through things and be like, all right, I feel this right now. I don't want to just sit in this emotion. I know I need to move on from it. I know I need to get over it, right? So many other things are happening in the world. Life goes on. And so I kind of try to fast pace it unintentionally. Well, on some, unintentionally, I would say. It's just like, I thought if I could just break things down quickly, like, it would just be done and over with. And I just had my break. I had my moment. And then I realized, like, this time that my phone wasn't working, I couldn't record really anything for YouTube for a week. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just like, for me personally, like, you know, again, it's not me complaining, because I really do enjoy posting on YouTube a lot, but it's just like, I do a minimum of 12 YouTube videos a week, and I've been doing that for over a year. And I know there's a lot of other tarot readers that do a lot more than me, but I just needed a time to just not, you know. And so I realized, like, I became insanely grateful for my phone actually just shit in the bed. And because it forced me to actually just take a moment and just not do anything and just be with my own feelings and be with my own emotions. You know, I wasn't even at that current point in time just thinking about being like, oh, I'm glad for this break. Honestly, I was really stressed out at the time, but it was like, I look back on it now, I'm just like, holy crap, this is exactly what I needed, because the moment my phone was working, like, I was working on so many things for October. Like, I really wanted this month to be big, like so many videos, occult videos, pick a cards with the Goetic demons and all that, like so many things I wanted to get into that's just outside of just only doing weekly zodiac signs. And so, like, the universe, honey, the spirit guides, honey, my spirit guides, they're just like, but honey, like, we're gonna force you to take a break on your birthday month. And so literally my birthday week, I just had that break. While I was stressing a little bit, I was still able to find the humor in it even at the time. But yeah, the moment I got my phone fixed, I was just like, I just got like re-inspired, I guess. Just really felt really rejuvenated. And it's just like, I want to record, I want to do things, I want to just, like, I don't know, I feel as if now it's just like, I feel as if I'm finally just ready, and I feel as if, like, I'm not saying I'm like fully recovered from like trauma dealing, I mean, whoever is, but it's like, I've got the break that I needed, to where it's just like, you know, I found my personality again that I had to, like, that I lost when I was in that cult and just around like very suppressing people. And it's just like, I figured, like, I don't know, I really found myself, I suppose. I know it's corny, but let me catch up in chat real quick, because I just been running my mouth. Retrograde was weird for you too, Seth. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one. Wait, Seth, I know in one of the other live streams we were talking. Where are you from? Were you in Texas as well, or were you in Washington? It's been you all year. Thank you, Seth. Yeah, Gotti, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I really yes, Houston. See, I remember y'all. I remember y'all. Yeah, no, truly I'm able to appreciate the break that I had, and it's just like I don't know. I'm so excited to provide so much to you guys now. And so, like, I just feel a lot more inspired just to record again. And it's like, I'm not running on fumes. You're in LA now. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Because I was in California as well. I think we talked about that a little bit, right? All right, girl. Lay out the components out on the floor and insert tubes into the base, darling. Girl. Girl. I wouldn't mind this as much, but I feel as if these directions, darling, are just not giving what they needed to be given, darling. Hello, Wild Style Vlogs. How are you doing? I was actually thinking about you earlier. I know it's probably like it's gonna sound like being like, ugh, like whatever. I'm sure you were, Velka. But like, no, truly, I really was actually like, you popped in my head earlier this evening, Wild Style. I'm not joking. Like, I'm being like dead on serious. I was thinking about you. I was just like, I wonder how she's doing. Like, I really do I remember people. Like, I know it's just like such a cliche, like all YouTubers are always just like, oh, I appreciate y'all commenting, I appreciate da 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 da. But it's just like y'all true like YouTube is like my friends. YouTube, y'all are like my family, you know. It's like I know I would never get the opportunity to like fully, you know y'all's lives and get to know y'all like y'all know me. But it's just like I really do keep tabs on you guys, like mentally at the very least. I'm currently putting together a cat tree that a lovely subscriber gifted. Speaking of my friends on YouTube, y'all, Mystic Wolf gifted me a little bit of a cat tree, a cat home for Miss Tulip, darling. She doesn't even know I'm about to be doing all this work, darling, for her. Hello, Nene, Nini. I don't know why I said Nene, Nini. Hello, Nini. How are you doing? I'm doing good. It's a late evening, y'all. Let me see here. I'm kind of annoyed with this glare that it's giving right now with my glasses, but we'll just deal with that. I can't not have my glasses on when I'm trying to put this together, darling. Yeah, we're being Bob the Builder over here. We talking about life a little bit. You know, talking about this retrograde, darling. How is retrograde for y'all? You know, let me know that. But, also, let me know what y'all craving anything? Are y'all craving anything? Because recently, I don't have any cravings now anymore, actually, since like for the past like, especially after this weekend. It was so much fun, y'all, this weekend hanging out with my friends. Like I ate a lot of good food. You know, that was the one thing I missed. Was seasoning, honey, when I was in Washington. It's like, I don't understand like why people are so like why people just don't use seasoning. Cause it's just like it's cheap. Like why are y'all being so stingy with seasoning, darling? Just use that seasoning, darling, right? Bad sexual encounter. Oof. You like my robe? It's a blanket, actually. It's the hold up, let me see if y'all can see it. It's the Golden Girls, Miss Sophia, Miss Blanche, darling. It's the Golden Girls. The other ones are wrapped around me. You feel like you came out of retrograde as a different. See, that's exactly how I feel as well. I feel like that exactly, Gotti. Rubber ducky. Yeah, it's a little rubber ducky. Her name is Janet. Mrs. Janet here. I have a frog as well. They don't have the sazon. Yeah, they don't, darling. They don't. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I could swear, like, those people up there, they think that flour is seasoning or something. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I would still, like, see seasoning on the things, but they wouldn't taste like anything. It's just like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on, darling? Like, who needs to help you? All right, girls. This is how I deal with things. I just keep picking it up and putting it down. All right, this is 4C, and it says A35 and A6. Oh, wait a minute. Waiting. I'm trying to understand. Just, girl. I'm talking about how I want to build something, and I'm like already stumped on number one. But okay, like I mean, I'm long-winded, like no surprise there, shocker, shocker. But it's just like I like things to be detailed, and so when it's just like the parts you need, and it's just like that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I understand it now. They tell you on each picture like the parts that you need to pick up. I thought it was just telling me what the parts that I needed for the whole thing. All right. All right, this is making a little bit more sense. Darling, I can remember 78 tarot cards and for multiple different decks and their meanings, but I don't know how to build a damn cat tree. Alright. You want my earring? It's such a cute earring, and it's like actually get so many compliments on it. That's like the thing I always like to, girl. The thing I always like to have on me is like I feel naked without an earring. Thank you. I'm finally happy. For so long when I was in Washington, like the people who have been around me for a while will know that I used to trash, darling. I used to trash my backgrounds before. Like it always would just bother me. And like this is like the first time I just really, really love my background, especially this cute little munchkin over here, darling. The thing I'm like, just putting calluses on my hand for just to build her a little house, darling. She don't even know. I'm glad I could make you laugh, Dee. I love you too. I'm glad I turned on the live stream to hang out with you guys. It's nice to be able to just like, it's middle of the night. It's like 2:30 in the morning for me, but I'm just like, you know what? I want to hang out with some people. Y'all can watch me struggle, honey, and struggling I am. All right, A35. Girl. Girl, what do you mean A35? This is R2. Hello? Why are they giving me A's when I have R's? Oh, honey. This is going... Oh. I found it. All right. Is that anyone else's like go-to? Help me feel better. It's just like, oh, like clearly something in the box wasn't included. It couldn't be me just misreading things. Clearly it's not my fault. All right, let's get into this. Supposedly, this is supposed to go in here. I probably could do like a better angle, darling, for this, but girl, go in there. All right, now how is this? Because these are like too long for it. A16s. See, like, all right, y'all, we're building this together, darling. You need to work at your facilities in the office, and this is you. Yeah, girl, like, if I could, I would just pay someone to build this for me. You've been sick for a week, and, oh, I'm sorry. To put a bed together. See, yeah, I am just not... You know, I am just not the one. But yeah, see where the predicament is? I'm on number 1. It's 20 minutes in this video and I'm still right here. But like they say, it's just like, you have to put the pipes in there. Miss 35s, A35s. But the pipes are like this. So I'm like, what's the T here? Like, am I supposed to put these in here? No, because these are too short. Oh, girl, this is gonna be a long video. Live stream. The things I do for Tulip. Oh, that makes me happy, Nene. I'm glad we could hang out. Girl, we are... I am just not like a technical person, honey. I really... We about to crash and burn, darling. I just got my phone repaired and I'm about to just break it again. Even Miss Tulip's getting up and she's like, child, what are you doing? She's like, let me supervise this. All right. See, it's like, this don't make no sense to me. At all. Because it's just like, she's so cute. I love Miss Tulip. You're having a weird patch with a friend. And you know, that's been happening. It wouldn't surprise me because Mercury retrograde is known for communication issues, right? That's why a lot of people will dread Mercury retrograde. And, girl, I don't understand this. And so, yeah, I wouldn't, you know, especially when it comes to friendships, I am so grateful for the fact that now the friends that I hold keep close to me are friends that are transparent and will talk about their issues, right? I always tell my friends, it's like, if you have an issue with me, darling, or if you have an issue at all, just talk to me about it. Because while, you know, some people want to call me a psychic and I can read your minds and all that, it's just like communication is the best, right? You want to resolve something with someone that you care about, logically you want to talk about it. Like, you should talk about it, right? Because that's the only way you get over things. That's the only way you move on from things. And so some people, you know, don't work out with all friendships, darling, because there's been many times I've told friends that and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm the same way, and that don't happen. And this is like, you know, I don't know what your situation is with them, Seth, but hopefully they're willing to actually communicate and talk to you, girl. And hopefully someone this isn't making sense to me. I'm about to just say, honey, we don't need to do this. I can just hang out with you guys and just figure this out off camera. Transparency is essential, but people are so afraid of confrontation. That's like the biggest pet peeve I have, is when people are just afraid of confrontation. Wait. Girl, if I was, good thing I'm not trying to build Noah's Ark right now. It feels like I'm trying to build Now I have pipes falling all around me. Feels like I'm trying to build Noah's Ark with how complex this is already looking for me. Ghosting. It's been forever. Hey, what's up, Shane? Yeah, it has been forever. How have you been doing, Shane? Let's see here. Let me move this over here. Anytime y'all see me looking down here, it's because I'm like reading y'all's chat, honey. See, yeah, Seth, I don't know, like, she's been depressed, so it's been affecting. Yeah, that makes sense. Anytime, I know whenever I'm depressed, there's just times I just don't feel like talking. And I know there's been so many times that, like, with friendships as well, where it's just like, I'll tell them, it's just like, hey, I just need time to myself, because it's just like, if you try to push something when you don't feel like talking, all you're going to do is, like, build resentment for that person if they keep trying to talk to you. I'm not saying that's what's happening with y'all, because I don't know, right? But, you know, I know that's, like, my one frustration is when people aren't understanding of depression. But at the same time, you know, like, that's, you know, depression just sucks because it can affect your relationships even if you're not trying to, you know. Hey girl, how are you doing? I also emailed you. I know you booked a consultation with me, my love. You said I emailed you, so hit me up sometime. And thank you, girl. You've been good. You were just watching the videos for Sagittarius and Capricorn. Oh yeah. Nini, you are so understanding. I appreciate you so much, girl. Please slide tubes into fabric first. Girl, I'm sliding these tubes into these fabrics, darling. But why am I sliding them in such a way? Let me see. Okay, see, I feel like they need to, like, on step 4, then you put, like, the tubes in where I'm, like, having struggles with all these pipes falling, darling. How you doing? And so it's just like, they need to have, like, you put the connecting things on at this point, but it's just like, girl, why not just put them on now so the pipes aren't falling? Girl, Amazon needs to just hire me, honey, because apparently I know what I'm doing more than they do. Watch me start going ahead. Girl, this is how it always starts, right? Isn't this how it always starts? You start thinking you know better than these directions, and you start jumping ahead, darling. And then when you start jumping ahead and doing things, you start going riding solo, honey. Then everything starts messing up. But I don't see why I can't just put these in so these pipes stop falling all around me, darling. Like, pipes falling all around me, but no one's... Let me not make that joke. Got all these pipes falling, but no one's piping me. Girl, that's late. Give me a moment. Alright, so. Oh, okay. Wait. Alright. So L4's here. Girl, do I have an L4? I have 3T. But I got no L4. Being a cusp is a pain at times, especially figuring out horoscopes. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I've thought of people have asked me to do cusp readings for the zodiac signs as well, and I want to, you know, because I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, and it's just like I always usually will. Well, admittedly, I really only check out Libras, but it's like I understand like the frustration of being like, well, which one do I watch? Which one do I? Girl, I gotta figure out these pipes falling back and forth. Like, for anyone new that's coming in, I'm trying to build up this. Is it a product from IKEA? No, this is from Amazon. A subscriber gifted this to me. Mystic Wolf on my wish list. I'm like, it's like a little cat house for Miss Tulip. And I'm gonna like place it on top of my bed when I do readings. So it's like the vision of it is cute, darling. It's gonna be really cute because I wanted a way for Tulip to like, because Tulip always likes to come in like you don't usually see her now, but she anytime I'm doing readings, she always will just like sit next to me or something. So I wanted to give her like something that she actually could just like sit and chill with me on. See, Nina, you and I, we can be together, girl. We can just be sitting in our corner and just be like, why is no one piping? Train wreck, right? Let's see. Do, 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 do. Oh, you're crazy busy. Ah, hopefully busy in a good way, Issa. All right, girl. All right. We trying to figure this out. All right, what? All right, we're supposed to put Miss L4's back here. So, if this is an L4, okay. We figuring this out, honey. This is an L4. Oh, yes. See, I was about to show y'all, but then this pipe fell. All right. See, now it's connected, darling, where like on these other ones, the pipes are just falling. I just had a pipe fall down right now through these sleeves, trying to fit these pipes through these sleeves, darling. I feel like it's like a sex education thing where it's just like, all right, like this is how we put the condom on, darling, on the pipe, darling. And it's not supposed to be sliding around like that because, I mean, we already know what ends up happening after that. But I suppose maybe you don't if you're watching sex ed. Why are we talking about sex ed, darling? Did I get a haircut? I did. Yeah, I got a haircut. Yeah, I think now you guys can see. I don't know. I always forget I have a tattoo on my scalp until my barber will point it out and be like, oh, you have a tattoo there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I think my tattoo is like right around here, sigil. But yeah, I got a haircut recently. I haven't had one in like over a month, and it's just like, I don't know about y'all, but if I don't feel cute, I know this is gonna sound super vain and I don't care, because I feel like everyone understands that, but it's just like, if you feel grody, like that, like just gross, like that will just feed into like your own depression as well, or at least it does for me, where it's like if I just feel ugly, then it's just like I have no motivation to get up or anything like that. And unfortunately, well, fortunately, but unfortunately, it's just like even if I'm feeling gross and ugly, like since my job is on camera, darling, I have to be looking some type of way. But it's just like, yeah, like a haircut, fresh haircut, darling. Nails, if you get your nails done, it just does wonders for your mental health. All right, put this pipe in here, darling. Let's go. Might have to lay out the pieces in the order. See, on paper you think that, but it's just like the steps that they have is just not logical, because it's like they want you to randomly put these pipes into the sleeve, but then just let them sit there and they'll just slide all over. And that was like my issue. So it's like before I have to go to step 5 to girl, 4C. All right, yeah, hold up. 4Cs to A35s. Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, and to like prevent all these pipes, like I just had the pipe again fall down. I had to go to step 5 real quick. But then after we put these pipes down together, darling, then we will be Gucci to go back. Oh, y'all been on a flood watch? Thank you. A nice bath. See, I like a bath when I'm at like a hotel. I like hotel baths, but other than that, I don't think I ever take baths. You're too critical. See, that's what YouTube is helpful for, though, is like, you know, like I'm really critical of my own videos, you know, like you will never, I can tell you one thing is like, for anyone that wants to do a YouTube channel, like literally just do it. If you want to do a tarot channel like I do have, like just do it, right? You're always going to find an audience that resonates with your messages first and foremost. But it's just like, you're never going to have the perfect setup. If you look at any of my videos, like you will see like each month, honestly, I mean, up until like recently, even recently, like every single month of my videos, for the past year, there's always stuff changing in my background, stuff improving, quality, the format of how I do things. Everything's always changing. You have, and people like get stuck in this trap of feeling as if like they need things to be perfect, or that they like before they're happy with something that or do something, they have to have everything perfect. And the fact of the matter is, like, you're never going to have that perfection. You're never going to be able to just sit there and be like, all right, like, everything's just perfect, darling, da 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 da. Because if you feel like if you're content with your content, if you're just like, oh yeah, this is perfect, you're not growing. And that's a red flag. If you're not able to look at the stuff that you're doing and be like, oh, I can improve this, I can improve this, I can do that, you're not growing, and that's how you're going to become stale. So if you're able to, you should be happy that you're self-aware enough to be like being aware of like what needs to be improved. Darling, yes, darling, it's 30 minutes in, we just put 4 pipes in, darling, yes. Just do it, you know, really just do it. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain from doing YouTube. Again, you can look at any of my videos from now or from my very first video. I think I privated my first video ever. Maybe I didn't. Like my videos are always changing. I've changed so much. And it's like honestly really cool thing to document and be able to look back on later, just to see how things have grown and evolved. Be safe, Nini. Yeah, I mean, the perfectionist thing, it's like one of those things, like, I know it's easier said than done, right? I know it's much easier said than done, but when you actually, girl, this is gonna be so cute. Y'all start seeing this vision? Y'all starting to see the vision? It's like, I don't know. I always wish people would just do YouTube. Like, I feel as if everyone should have a YouTube channel. I treat YouTube as like a social media. I feel like nowadays people really are like, get into this trap because you can make money off of YouTube. People feel as if A16s, where the fuck is A16? People feel as if like you have to have, like, to treat YouTube like a business. And so people like get caught up in trying to have like a persona and all of that. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, my YouTube is my business at this, like, you know, but at the same time, I don't take it seriously because at the end of the day, you're connecting with other human beings. People are going onto YouTube to connect to human beings. People are not going on YouTube. I mean, sometimes you do because YouTube is a search engine, but like, people are not just attracted to only perfection, darling. If anything, people are kind of like turned off by perfection. If you start out looking perfect and having everything just be perfect, you kind of lose the personality. You need to have you need to have a little bit of yeah, it's a little cat tent. It's so cute, girl. I can't wait to have it be built and show y'all. All right. Let's see here. All right, it says I need to do, all right, 4, 5. All right, so now I use these, which number is this? A16. So we're using these pipes now. Using these pipes now for these holes. So yeah, they expected you to put all these pipes into these sleeves, but not connected to anything. So it's like you're putting all these pipes into these sleeves, but they're gonna just slip out. And it's like, girl, like, make it make sense. Like, I don't know. Watch me get back to like you're supposed to put the pipes in at like step 5, and I just don't get it. I can't even put this in, darling. Hello? Also, oh my gosh, y'all. So I did a video like months ago where like I talked about how when I was in Washington, I was just like out at this restaurant. Like I'm a blockhead when people hit on me in person because they're just like, and I talk about it in my video where I talk about my sexual experiences or insecurities, I suppose, or identity, where it's just like, it doesn't, like, my brain doesn't register when people hit on me because I don't see people in like a sexual way unless it's like presented well in a way where it's like I would date them or like in a romantic way. That's a better way to put it. In like a romantic way, like I'm very much so like an intimate person and just like I just like connection. I like deep connections with people. And so, like, because of that, I always will just, like, I just will view people in terms of just being, like, just as, like, a person and being, like, potential friends. And also, like, and this is gonna sound so, like, whatever, but, when people will compliment me, I don't really out in public because I've always just stuck out. Like I wear makeup and do whatever. Like I'm used to people pointing out specific things about me and complimenting me, like, "Oh, I love that outfit. I love, you know, I love your earrings or whatever." So, like, I'm not used to like I don't think about it when people hit on me, and so when I was in, I'm going back and forth. Like in Washington, someone was hitting on me, and it didn't hit me until like after the fact, where I was just like walking away, and it was just like, oh wait, they were trying to slide in, darling. They were trying to hit up, and so I like told myself, I was like, okay, you need to make yourself more aware about it, Velka. And so, aware about it, I did not because I was in what's it called, Costco, with my best friend, and we were just shopping and we were checking out, and then this guy we were checking out, and this guy just comes like right up close to me, and it's like the cashier, and he, well, not the cashier who was like checking out the bags, but someone bagging my stuff, and he was just like, "I really like your earring," and he's like really close. I even like noted it too. I was like, "Girl, you're really close right now." Like, what you doing, darling? And again, it didn't hit me until like I was like, we were outside of Costco, and then my best friend and her boyfriend were just like, "Well, you're not into him or something?" And I was just like, "What do you mean?" And it's just like, like they're just like, "He was into you, like he was like definitely interested." And I was just like, "Girl, what?" Like again, it just didn't, it wasn't clicking in my brain, honey, the entire time. And it's just, God bless, you know. Like I don't know what my girl. What are these sleeves? All right. Again, they have like, all right, so y'all, okay, I'm not feeling as stupid now. They literally want you to put all of these pipes in. How many times can take a shot every time I say pipe? They want you to put all these pipes into these sleeves. And as the pipe just fell out, like all of them, but not connecting them. Like you connect them in step 5 for no reason. Like they wait until not step 5, step 4. And it's just like, make it make sense, Maury. Like, ugh. Listen to me talk all this trash right now, and then as I continue on with this, and I like keep jumping ahead, we're gonna like look back on this and be like, well, Velka. You don't know what you would stream, or rather, you do stream, rather, Shane. Let me catch up. Hey, Sandy, how are you doing? I'm doing good. It's 2:30 in the morning, well, 3 in the morning now. You stream on Twitch, but you're so about it. Yeah, I used to do Twitch as well when I gamed a lot more than what I do now. I don't game really at all anymore. I play a phone app game, but that's it. But I used to be a heavy gamer, and I used to stream a little bit. And yeah, like Twitch is definitely fun. Twitch was definitely fun. It was a fun time. How are you doing? Oh, hey, Rhonda. You can never know the odds. If you don't play, you will never win. Exactly. King for a day, exactly. Whatever, what King for a day said, I'm going to pin that message right there. Message pinned. So, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, as I was saying, it's like the guy hit on me and didn't register until after, once again. I was just like, girl, just wasn't meant to be, honey, I suppose. But yeah, like he like came up real close to me, and I was just like, girl, what? Like, what are you doing? And it didn't register until after the fact that he's like actually interested in me. And of course, like at that time, like my brain was just like everywhere else. I was like really thinking about it. I was just like, ooh, I got these muffins from Costco, honey. I can't wait to go and dive into these, darling. Your wife had to ask you on a date. That's awesome, Shade. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, Seth. Yeah, I'm so glad that y'all get it as well. I always feel like I'm being like, I feel like I'm just so inexperienced and just silly. Like I'm used to the attention I've ever gotten from people. It's always just from very sexual nature. So when people are actually just like hitting on me, just in like a casual, just not being like a very like aggressive way, just being like, oh, I want you to like that gawk gawk, right? It just goes right over my head. Not to say that I want people to be that kind of way, but you know, I don't know where I was going with that. All right, let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be connecting these. Exactly, it will hit me hard when it's the right one. That's what I figure as well. It's just like if someone wants me bad enough, then, girl, what does this mean? Okay, unless, okay, I see the vision for this. All right. Ugh. All right. Or is it supposed to be this way? It's supposed to be this way for sure. All right. So let me connect to these pipes, honey. But yeah, that's how I kind of feel as well, where it's just like if someone really wants to be with me, then they'll be a little bit more forward and I'll just like, it'll make sense when it makes sense, you know? I'm not one, while I love, I mean, girl, I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp. I'm technically a child of Venus, darling. I love love, but, and I definitely want love, but I'm not in the sense of like actively searching for it where it's like, that's my own focus, my only focus. Truly, like, girl. Oh, wait. Girl, ah. All right, there we go. I was doing it upside down. There we go. So what have y'all been up to? How was y'all's weekend? Oh my gosh. So this birthday weekend for me, y'all. It was so nice catching up with all my friends. Like I've had some of the same friends since, like all my friends actually that I have. Well, not all of them, but yes, girl. Oh my gosh, we got like what, a part down. Yes, come on now. I am Bob the motherfucking Builder. Come on, let's get into this. Um, this weekend for me, I have had the same friends since high school. People always say it's like, oh, you're not gonna speak to the friends that you've had in high school. And while that's partially true, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I knew the people that I wanted to be around. But I've always had just like a good connection with the friendships that I've made personally, anyways. And so yeah, I've had just the same friends since high school, and it was just nice to be able to. Ooh, girl. All right. I'm trying to see the vision. All right, I think I need to do this side first, so that way I keep on, because I keep on like flipping it upside down, because it just is like a giant patch right now currently. You had a pumpkin carving party? Oh, that sounds so cool. Your BFF and I have known each other since we were 12. See, yeah, like, that's so sweet. I love long-term friendships like that. And yeah, this weekend, like, we all got together. This is like the first time in like so many years, like, that I was able to catch up with everybody. Because yeah, like, I have been hanging out with a few of my friends since I moved back here, but like, there's been a lot of friends that I haven't connected with since I left the cult. And so it's just like really nice catching up with everybody. 4Cs again. Really nice catching up with everybody, and let's see here. Making sure I'm doing it right. Girl, these pipes. And yeah, it was just so nice. We had like a little brunch. It was on Saturday. We had a brunch, and that was like the theme I said I wanted. Because I told everybody, I was just like, don't get me any gifts, you know, just bring yourself. Because I know the economy is hard right now. That's always like the thing when it comes to like birthdays, is that girl, this is what happens when you try to work ahead, huh? All right, let me do on this side first. So we had brunch. We bought like English muffins, sausages, and bacon, and eggs, and champagne, of course, for mimosas, darling. And we just hung out, and it was just so nice, y'all. It was so nice to hang out with all of them, catch up with people, you know, because I'm gonna freely talk about it more, because like at the time I was just like being like, I won't say anything or talk about you know, reference the cult that I was in anymore. But just like, it's my fucking channel. I will do what I want. When I was in the cult, I say it so casually. Oh, okay. When I was in the cult, they like, you weren't spiritual. Like, they always made it seem as if like they would shame you basically for drinking. I mean, like, not in like a direct way, but they're always just like implying, basically being like, oh, like uh, the deities, demons, and like these deities don't respect people who drink, and like they don't actually like alcohol. When in actuality, it was just them. They don't like alcohol, which is perfectly fine and dandy. Like, you don't need to like alcohol, right? Like who cares, you know? But that's the point. Like, who truly cares? And but it was just like with them, like you couldn't ever do anything because they were always just like that. Like, they would just be super, girl, what is this? Ah, okay. So it's just like anytime I wanted to just like drink or just have a good time, it always like I never felt comfortable doing it around them, and so I never did. And plus, like, they were just so boring. Like, it was just such a like it was just like a couple of people who just really, truly just. It was just, I lost a lot of my personality and a lot of my flavor when I was with them, and that's truly. And you know, I know people say like they have no regrets because it's how they wouldn't be where they are, and like da 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 da. But it's just like, you know, it definitely is a regret of mine that I ever entertained that cult, just because of where just like I didn't realize like how much I lost myself and how much like fun I just like chose to um like to keep myself from, just because I didn't want to be judged by these two people who really were just like just projecting, just because they don't like alcohol, just being like, oh, you're not spiritual, whatever. And then even had me feeling as if it's like, oh, well, since I like drinking, maybe I'm not spiritual. You know, it's always just like that same bullshit, you know. And so it's just so nice to be able to be around people who are also spiritual. Like, you couldn't be like in high school, y'all, like I had a beige purse that I had from Amazon as well, and I was reading people's tarot cards, I was giving people crystals, you know. And like anyone that's in my life, they have to be spiritual on some level, you know, or at the very least, you know, have like, I don't push my beliefs on anybody, but you know, like, it's not just like people, like, you know, they have like there's some belief there. And so it's just so nice to be able to hang out with people and not feel judged, and like be around people and not have it be this constant just like gossip. You know, when I was around them, like all they could really do was just talk poorly about their forum members and literally their clients, and they would just compare their lives to them, because they would open up about themselves and talk about their struggles and what they're going through, and then they're just like trash on and be like, oh, well, I don't know how, like, it was just a constant just like trashing people, and then still being nice to them to their face just because it's business. And it just was very like, couldn't ever have fun, and all they wanted to do was gossip because they're just super insecure. And so it's just so nice to just like be around, like, I literally for like, I know it sounds dramatic, but I literally forgot what it was like to be around normal people, to be around people who actually are just human beings, not trying to just sell a facade, not being super fucking fake, you know? And it's just so nice. Like, I don't know how else to really put it. It's just so nice. And it's just like, and that's why I talk about it still, you know? Like, it's not the sense of being like, oh, like, I want to like draw this out, have like for attention or whatever. Like, literally, like, me talking about them does nothing for me at all. But it's just like, like as you go through like a cult, you don't realize all the things that you were going through and put through until after. And so even now, like I'm just unpacking through my experiences with normal human beings now, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess like this is normal. It's just like constant just like self-awareness that I'm like coming to, and just like, man, like this is what I was depriving myself of. Let me catch up with y'all. Yeah, exactly. It's the side eye shame. Exactly what it is. It's the side eye shame. And so, like, even with them, like, even though Grant, like, I literally, I don't really make it like a thing. And I, like, again, like, I don't need my ego filled, but it's just like these people were like 34th, I mean, not 34, they were like 36, almost 40 years old. And it's just like, while I don't, like, I never present myself as like, an expert on anything. I always tell people, especially when it comes to spiritual stuff, like I, from a very young age, I just like to ask questions, whether it's spiritual, anything like that. I just like to ask questions because you learn the most when you just ask people questions and you don't present yourself as if you have something to just teach people. If you ask questions, like they're more willing to talk to you and open up to you if they feel like they can teach you something. And maybe that's manipulative, but I never presented myself in a way where it's like I didn't know things. They just never cared to ask me anything. And so with them, they really took that and just rode with it and trying to just control me and act as if like I didn't know, like they were like above me spiritually or anything like that. Above me is so stupid. They're so about like validating and invalidating other people's connections. And like for me, like they just took that and just used that as fuel because I like to drink, because sometimes I like to have a little bit of a spliff, honey, once in a while, not a spliff, a blunt. um it was just so crazy. Like it was just a constant like whatever. But it's like the fact of the matter is like I've been spiritual, like I've been a practitioner for longer than both of them. Like I'm only 26 years of age, darling, but like I've been open about my practices and openly doing rituals like just from the very get-go, darling, from since I was like before double digits. I was like 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. And I've been around a lot of different practices. I've been around a lot of different people because I like to ask questions, and people, and when it comes to occultism and spiritualism in general, like it's such a community that's so toxic and so judgmental that like when people meet other individuals, I would just ask them questions and not from a place of trying to whatever. uh People are just more open. And so yeah, that was just like something I was just able to really just be so grateful for when I was hanging out this weekend, was just being around normal people, hanging around normal people and just vibing out. That was just, that really was a highlight for me. All right, girls. What the fuck is this? I don't understand this. Sounds like when you're in the Mormon church. Yeah, it's just very much so like that same stereotypical like spiritual thing, and people always use spirituality as the opportunity to try to like control you, and it's just such a, I'm just so over it. Yeah, like the questions are so essential, and just being normal. Like you can, like I don't know, people are so obsessed with just acting completely like spiritual and just so woke, like presenting themselves as if they are just constantly in this elevated state where they don't have fun, that they don't joke, like they act as if they don't fart, you know. And it's just so ridiculous because it's just like, how can you live your life in such a way where like that can't be fun? I don't want to live a life like, the whole purpose of spirituality is the sense of realizing just not to take this life so seriously, and you're doing the very opposite by taking it so seriously. Quite frankly, girl. All right, here we go. I believe, oh girl, we are not, oh, we gotta twist this one. There we go. Very much so, but girl, that thankfully that's in the past now, but it was just like that was like one of the things I was just able to just be so grateful for, where I was just like, damn, like I really did like come from a place, and I was just so grateful. That's really what it was, and just filled with gratitude for where I came from, and just like where I'm going. Oh, girl, this where I'm going right now is apparently not in these. Damn. All right. Like a Quentin Tarantino movie. All right. How long was I involved? So I was working with them for a few years, like 3 years. That was when I was working with them. And, like I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, so I never, when they were just like trash, I never really. All right, hold up. We're gonna skip ahead. We're gonna put this to the side real quick. And we're gonna go to step 2, darling. Yeah, I was with them for 3 years, and at the current point when I was first dealing with them, I always just like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So whenever they were doing like some questionable stuff and like practices that I just really wasn't about, I never really, let me see here. I just didn't read too much into it at the time. But then really what happened was when I started renting a room from one of them when I was in Washington, and I was in there working with them in person when I went from California to Washington, and I saw like behind the curtain, behind all the like facade and all that fakeness. That's when I was just like, oh, wait a minute. That's when the dots started connecting for me. All right. Lay out the components on the floor, then insert the tubes with the connector to assemble the base. Excuse me. 4C. So these are 4Cs. And then we do three C's. So we'll do 2 3Cs first. Yeah, I was with them for 3 years, working with them for 3 years, and then I was living with them. And then really what actually happened was like I went to the bathroom and I heard Jamie, Alana, the one that I was renting a room from, on the phone with the other one, who I thought, like, at the time, I thought they were my friends, And I always, like, all the red flags I was seeing, I was just, like, being, like, I was used to just being, like, okay, maybe it's something with me, maybe I'm just, like, projecting or whatever, because I was just, like, I don't like to conceptualize people that I allow in my life to be shady. And then when I heard them just literally trash on me at the start of Corona, call it, like, just mocking me and all that, that's when, like, everything started, like, lifting for me. The veil started lifting slowly. And then it was just like throughout this time in Corona, they were just even more toxic, and just like it just got really worse. And that's when I started like waking up from the whole facade, because I was just like, wait a minute, it's very easy to like fall into this. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, because it's so easy, right? One of them's a mom, the other one's just, yeah, they're both like middle-aged women, white women, and so it's just like how they present themselves is just very much so like very easy, like innocent and all that, but in actuality, they're just like such awful human beings, and just not, there's like one time, I don't need to get into that, but yeah, they're just not good people. Oh yeah, Shane. Oh yeah, I don't have a problem saying it. Yeah, it was Satan and Sons. Like I don't care about saying their name. Satan and Sons is just such a disgusting, such a like truly such a disgusting place. And the reason why I made my videos, I did a couple of videos exposing them about it, because it was just like how they were treating me was just abusive, for one, and two, they were just gaslighting so many individuals. They were just constantly telling people, being like, oh, your experiences aren't real, or they weren't saying they weren't real. They're just saying like it wasn't in their concept, their bullshit concept. And I was like, well, you know what? Let me just make this video, because they're just so used to calling everyone a narcissist, and like everyone would just believe it. And so I was just like, let me be that voice. You know, I gained nothing from talking about them, you know. And that's the thing that they want to like try to like go after my character for, is just being like, oh, he just wants to, he's just jealous, da 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 da, which is whatever, you know. But it's just like I literally gained nothing from talking about them, you know. It's literally is no benefit for me. So it's just silly that they would say that, but it's whatever, girl. It truly is like whatever for me at this point. All right, where is 4T? We're building the base. 3T. Oh yeah, that's literally what it is. Like exactly the T. Shane, that's exactly the T. And then she had the audacity to take my concept when it came to doing like, and I know it's not some just grandiose, unique concept, but like I took the concept of pick-a cards from the tarot community, and I was just like, oh, I can just use this for the demonic divine as well. And so then she took that, because I started getting a bunch of praise from it, and she didn't like that. And so that's really what it started, is like when I started doing my own YouTube channel and all that, they just started seeing like how they felt threatened. And so then Sally, Akelta, took what I was doing and then started just doing it herself instead, and then never just gave me credit for it as well, which again, like I don't need credit for it, but it's just like, there's just so many, like they acted as if they were super supportive of me when they actually never were, and they just used me for a way of like legitimate, like being like, because I'm just a very, like just from who I am, like I'm very transparent, I'm very real, I'm normal. Like I made their business look a lot more legit than it actually was. And so when Sally saw me actually getting praise for what I was doing, she started doing it herself and then never acknowledging me. And you'll notice in all of her videos, she never talked about my stuff. She never shouted me out ever when I did my YouTube channel, my website, or anything. Like there was never like an actual support. Anything that was actually like supportive of me was them actually benefiting from it, because like me posting videos on their channel, well, yes, it did expose me, like help expose me to new people. That wasn't the base. Like, and my videos always were a lot more popular. Like there's just like such a thing to it. And so it just like, it was just super shady. And it's just like, this girl, she can't even read tarot cards. Like she literally doesn't know tarot cards. And so it's just like, I don't know, it was just super, it was just all stupid. I'm very glad I'm out of it though. All right. So we need more 3Ts. 3Ts. Yeah, competition and not collaborating, which is just the silliest thing to me. Can I just say, like, I don't understand people who, especially when it comes to anything spiritual, why they will view something as a competition. It's just like, everyone can do the same thing, but it's literally like your own unique personality and energy that will make it different. And so that was like a thing. She was always like obsessed with saying like, oh, everyone's copying me, and always putting down other practitioners. Like you'll notice like Sane and Sons never has collaborated with, or like there's never an association with any other public occultist, and it's because of just how shady they are and how two-faced they are. The little support that they had, they would also just trash them behind closed doors. Like they never knew how to do anything besides trash people. And so while I was with them, I never got to connect with other occultists because I was always shamed for it, and they always would just trash them. And so I never felt comfortable actually connecting with anybody, you know? And it's just crazy. Like, it's all just so crazy looking back on it. Yeah, I know everyone has like their own belief system, right? And I'm not here to tell people what they should or shouldn't believe in, because what y'all practice and what y'all do literally has no bearing on my own, you know, my life, you know? I always just come from the perception where it's just like, you know, I think about how all the writings for like demons, for example, if we're going to talk about demons, you know, that's the perception of Christianity, where, you know, it's that bias, right? If you ask a neo-Nazi to write a book on like the guidance of life, there's going to be a bunch of stuff in that neo-Nazi book talking about, you know, very racist and very, what's the word? You know, there's just like, you're going to have a very skewed view on things. And so for me personally, I don't like listening to people, you know. Well, I do like listening to people, but like, I'm very much so about experiencing things myself. So it's just like, yeah, these people will say it's just like what is perceived as a demon is just like all super bad and negative and what have you. I'm sure there's like some reason for it, but like the main writings for it was just created off of someone's bias. And so it's just like, I'd rather just experience it myself, you know, connect with these beings myself with astral projecting, which is why I always swear by astral projecting. And you know, just like, I'm just open to any experiences. I still like, I have a video on my channel where it's titled "A Christian Who Talks to Demons or Works with Demons," because I truly, like, I have my core of my beliefs is very Christian beliefs. You know, like, I could get into a video on it. You know, I literally get emotional. Like, I can get emotional talking about God. You know, like, the idea of, like, really what always will get me is like the concept of Jesus being on the cross and like being nailed to the cross and still able to have forgiveness for people, still being able to just say, I love you to the same people who are nailing him to the cross. Like, that's powerful to me. Now, I don't have like a powerful opinion in terms of like the actual experiences and the stories behind it, but I get behind the concept of it. You know, like, I find that so admirable, and that's something that I want to be able to attain to. You know, that's something I want to strive for, is to be able to, not, I don't want to be nailed to some cross, darling, but to be able to be so hurt, you know, to have these people be so awful to me, but still express love to them. You know, that's, you know, I know it's corny, but love has always just been like the main thing for me. Even when I work with like the left-handed path, like, I work with deities that are closely related to the concept of love, you know? So for me, I think, for me personally, I don't like to hold a bias or any type of way with any belief system, because, you know, the loudest ones are not usually the proper representation for a path, right? You look at the Westboro Baptist Church, darling, that is not the representation of Baptists, right? And so for me, I just like, I approach spirituality from a place of where I connect to these beings from a place of mentorship. I'm not asking for wealth and riches and fame and fortune and all of that. I'm asking for perspective. I'm asking, like, you know, that's just really the core of my beliefs, where it's just like, I want to challenge my own approach to life and how I see life. And so if I can potentially have my perspective be broadened by connecting and working with these, or dabbling into a belief system that is usually very poorly represented, I'm gonna do it, because it doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't hurt anyone, and it doesn't hurt me. So it's just like, well, why not just try it out? Why not dabble it? Why not pick up? Just because everyone says this book is a bad book doesn't mean I can't pick up that book for myself and explore that book myself and see what I can gain from that book. You know, at the end of the day, any writings that you see is based off of one or more individuals' perspective and their own bias. And so it's just like, you know, I hate when people will feel like they need to have someone tell them what they need to do with their spirituality, because spirituality is like, we're getting a whole different subject, huh? Spirituality is like the one area in your life where you don't have to follow anyone's rules. It's the one place where it's just about what feels right to you and doesn't impact anybody else. So it's like, why would you take this one beautiful part of your life and have it be restricted by someone else's perception, someone else's bias? So it's and I should do more videos on it, because I don't want people to think that I'm just like, I mean, I don't care, like, girl, whatever, but I don't want people to think that I'm only just about like working with demons and what have you. You know, like, there's just so much more to me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's so much more to me than just that one part, you know? And so Christianity always is going to remain a big part of my life, but I don't feel like it makes me any less of a Christian if I choose to dabble in other things, because I don't, you know, like, the moment a belief system, a spiritual practice tries to tell you how to live, that's not, that at that point, that's when I draw the line, because it's just like, you're not going to tell me what's going to make sense to me. It's like, it's as if like you tell me pineapple on pizza is good, and then I'm just coming here telling you just like actually it's not good. You don't know your taste buds, and if you like pineapple on pizza, you're going to hell. You're going to be negatively, it's just all that stuff, and it's just I don't know. My beliefs in general just go so my beliefs are just so much more vast than just like the labels of like left-handed path or occultism or anything like that. So I don't know. See, Blix asked a very valid question. They asked, don't you think a lot of the chaos surrounding you and those girls may come from the trickster energy that is manipulating the situation? I'm really glad you're asking that, and I don't ever want you to feel as if, like, here's the thing, like, I am so like if you don't believe in what I believe in, don't feel as if you can't speak your piece. I mean, be respectful about it and don't try to push your beliefs on me, but like I love conversation, the chaos I feel as if that's unfair to the things I was working with, because here's the thing. I've been working with the goetic demons since high school as well. Like I have over 10 years of experience, and that's something that never was reflected in when I was in that cult, because they never celebrated that. They never presented me in such a way, which again I didn't care. But like I've had a very long history working with the left-handed path, and my life was very much so thriving. And I feel like it's unfair for me to project my issues on these beings based off of shitty people, you know? That's unfair, right? It's unfair for any energies involved. It's just truly, it's just like I feel like those shitty people were just shitty people, and I was in the chaos. The chaos that I had was because I just have a very big heart, and the moment I connect with you, like, and I give you my trust, like, I'm all in. And so I made the choice to move in and help them with their business and really make a lot of sacrifices for their business, because they made it seem as if we were friends. We're like really like we're a family. And so I never thought twice about things. I just very much so like I give it my all. Everything I do, I give it my all. And so the reason why I was in the situation I was just because like I gave my all to a situation that was just toxic with shitty people, you know? So it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, I just take it out, like, I don't know. I guess you could like debate that. But I don't know. I just like, I don't look at it that way. But I do really appreciate and enjoy conversation. I really do enjoy debate and all that way. You know, I'm very open to a lot of concepts, a lot of belief systems, but I refuse to, unless it's something that I experience that then has me going like, I shouldn't work with that. And there's many things I don't work with as well, include in that path. There's several deities I don't work with just from a personal choice, you know, but it's just like, my background, like I know, like again, I don't talk about it just because it's like, girl, where's my other pipe? I'm missing a pipe. I'm missing a pipe. Hold up. But my background and just like what it is I connect to and who I've connected to, like I know I'm good. I started working initially with the Egyptian gods and goddesses and also the archangels. That's like the core of my beliefs and all that. While it's not something I talk about, I still like Archangel Camuel is someone that I've been like I see him as like he's like the main archangel that I will always work with, because again, he is like the angel that really helped challenge my perception on love and like my approach on love. Archangel Michael has always been Michael has always been like a guiding force for me. Anytime that I know my life is going to be changing, when Archangel Michael makes a strong appearance in my life. Like I just have, I don't know, like I have such a, and this is really my own fault, and that's what I wanted to do more for my channel, is to talk about my background and more about my practices, because it's like, I've worked with Pombagira for years. Pombagira, like, I have such a rich history with so many deities because of the fact that, like, I ask questions, and, you know, I've been blessed with the opportunity of meeting fabulous individuals throughout my life, that introduced me to these practices, introduced me to these deities. And so, yeah. And also what King for a Day said as well, I feel that as well. When it comes to doing something like shrooms or peyote, I mean, I'm not telling you to do it, darling, because obviously, if it's legal, darling, but, you know, I've had a lovely experience on mushrooms. I've only done mushrooms a couple times when I was a teenager, but lovely experience nonetheless. But yeah, that's basically all I have on that, I suppose. I don't know. I just love spirituality. I have such a passion for spiritual practices and spirituality in general. All right. So, we made the foundation. While I was talking on my soapbox, I suppose. We made the foundation. We're getting there. But yeah, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. I have a close. I mean, literally, my middle name is named after Archangel Gabriel. My middle name is Gabriel. My name is like my whole name is based off of like saints. Like my whole name is Patrick Gabriel Lewis, which I don't care if like my name is so bland and whatever. And I never made my name a secret, but it's like, you know, Saint Patrick, Archangel Gabriel. You know, I don't know if Lewis really comes from anything, but yeah, like Archangel Gabriel, Metatron, Jeromeo, like the list goes on. Like again, like I view connecting to these deities. I don't ask for fame. I don't ask for riches. I don't ask for anything physical. I just ask for perspective. I take the time, like I ask for teachings. I ask for them challenging me and like my own perception on things. I don't ask for anything. I really don't. I will work with them when I do like certain rituals and stuff like that. But I guess maybe that's, well, no, because I don't even base it off of that either. I feel like that's completely different. But like 90% of my work is just really, my spiritual foundation is really just connecting with different spiritual beings. It has nothing to do with like working with X demon or deity to have this certain wish granted or what have you. And if you do that, that's your prerogative. You know, that's not me shaming anyone for it, but it's just like what I place such a high value on is perspective. And what better way to get perspective than from these deities, you know, these ancient beings. You work with archangels, you haven't worked with the Egyptian yet. The Egyptians is admittedly the one I started taping away from as years went on, but they were very... Thoth was the reason why I even got into divination. Thoth is who I really test my divination ability to. Yeah, I know that just because I won't ask or anything doesn't mean they won't. Yeah, like, of course, if they want to, I've definitely received many blessings in my life. Tulip, Miss Tulip over here, she's a blessing from, like, the story of how I got Tulip is insane. I always say, like, she's my flower from the universe because of, like, how I got her. I didn't even name her Tulip. Tulip's my favorite flower. How I got her, like, her name when I adopted her was Tulip. Like, I've had many blessings in my life, but it's never something I ask for. So, you know, regardless if someone calls like a deity that's super negative, you know, that might be their experience, but I'm also not going to treat someone else's experiences as the law, especially if my experiences are different, you know. I go with my intuition. I go with what feels right to me, you know. And so the moment I start listening to how, like, basing my decisions purely based off of other people and their bias, I'm not living my most authentic spiritual path. And that's just how I feel. All right, we're supposed to put this together. How? Let's see. Ooh, honey, I think we got it. Ooh, honey, come on now. Or did we? Did I do this? Y'all, I don't know if I did this backwards. Oh. So it begins. I talk about how my intuition, is coming in here. Well, that's just kind of where our belief systems start divulging, Campbell. Um, is like that's just where our belief systems just divulge, and that's where you just have to respect each other's belief systems and that just being different, because I don't like that's something that doesn't really align with me necessarily, and that's okay. Our concepts are different, but the only thing I know for sure are my experiences and my references to those experiences, and so my experiences with that is going to be the best indicator for the best way to receive that guidance, right? I feel as if no, that doesn't make sense. How does this go? Y'all, this isn't making no sense to me, honey. Or is it like this? Oh, it's like this. Or is it like this? Is it like this? No, it's not like this. So it would have to be like this. Let's see. And that's just like, I feel as if, and I understand like why people will feel like a certain type of way, will feel passionate about things because if someone's belief system doesn't align with yours and you want to truly help them, but at the same time you have to give individuals the benefit of the doubt and credit for knowing what it is that they are doing, what's honoring themselves. It's like if I listen to other people, I would just be I wouldn't be practicing tarot cards. I would be a devout Christian. I would be preaching. I have a family. I come from a family of preachers. They're loving, very accepting of me, but it's just like my life would be so different. So, just to give that perspective, it's not as if I don't value your perspective, Campbell. I'm like, again, I don't want this to come off as like me being like aggressive or anything, but I'm trying to give perspective where it's just like, I can value your perspective and appreciate your perspective, but like if I listened to everyone that had their perspective and was telling me what's best for me and what from their own personal bias and all that, I wouldn't be doing tarot. This channel wouldn't be existing. You wouldn't be receiving these tarot messages. Tarot is very taboo. So it's like, just while I do appreciate the concern, just give me the benefit of the doubt as I do for you as well, and that in that trust and being like, you must know what you're doing, right? What works for you will work for you, but girl, what isn't working for me is trying to figure out how this goes together. It's supposed to... This isn't making no diddly sense to me, honey. Oh, wait a minute. Or... is this how this goes? Is it supposed to be flipped? I think it's supposed to be flipped. Right? Girl. This ain't making no sense to me, honey. Girl, I need my intuition right about now to guide me. There ain't no tarot card right now that can tell me. Campbell, ain't that the truth? All this stuff that you can unpack with a Catholic priest. But that's, again, like another perspective, Like, I'm sure that Catholic priest, feel like some of them anyways, feel as if like their guidance, and I don't mean to be harping on this, but it's just like, I just feel so passionately about, again, not convincing someone to connect with something that doesn't resonate with you. I'm never going to tell you to connect with what I connect with, Campbell, because clearly it doesn't feel right for you, which I don't think you should. Like, girl, like, again, do what's right for you. But it's just like that Catholic priest, I'm sure, like, I've had many come to this channel try to preach and how I'm just doing the devil's work by doing tarot cards, you know? And it's like from their perspective, they really want to help, and that like see, that's the thing. All of our perspectives are the true perspective, right? That's what we all will know. That's all we reference, and all that. Girl, this ain't making no diddly sense to me. All right, if it's like this, if this is it like this? No, girl. This is what happens when you skip ahead, huh? I'm supposed to like connect this to this base. Oh, hold up, I just broke it, the base. Oh, honey. Let's get into this. Ugh. You know, but I also want to point out, even with Catholic priests, you know, like there's going to be good eggs and there's bad eggs. Just like that's the thing with literally every spiritual practice is like there's going to be good eggs and there's going to be bad eggs. Not all Catholic priests are bad, but you know, there's going to be, you know, that's just the thing. That's just life, you know, like you can't make generalizations are the worst thing you can ever do for your life. If you make generalizations on anybody or anything, whether it's a spiritual practice, whether it's someone's color of their skin, their sexuality, whatever, their type of job, like you're limiting yourself from so much. And I don't know, like that's kind of like we could kind of just summarize it in the sense of like generalizations just not being a good thing. You know, don't make generalizations. Take things from a very individualistic in your experience. Binaural beats I've had lovely experiences with. All right, how is this supposed to go together? Oh, wait a minute. All right. Wait. So yeah, it's definitely supposed to be this way. I think I cracked the code, y'all. Or did I? Oh, see, now I figured it out. I figured out what I'm doing wrong. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, thank you so much, Campbell, for that conversation. I really appreciated that conversation, like our conversation with everything. I'm definitely taking that as a sign to start talking about more of my practices and my beliefs, because that's the thing I really do feel extremely passionate about. Like I can go and like I can just get emotional all over the place over God and Jesus. Like God especially has like God has come to me at very specific times and low points in my life. Through other people always. Like I had one time where I was just really depressed, insanely depressed. I was like what? Maybe like 20. And I had this woman come up to me, don't know her at all, and then she was just like, I don't know why, but I feel as if God is telling me to say this. And she just started talking about, telling me is like how my life is so much bigger than this current moment, like just an insane message off the wall. And like I was going into my truck, I didn't have any makeup or anything on for them to just be like preaching to me or whatever, you know, like it was just it was a very raw and real moment. And I've had occurrences like that every single point in time in my life. God will make his appearance in very far and few in between, but when he does, it's at very important parts of my life. But I can also say that for a lot of deities in my life as well. And that's why I just like to be open. It's just like I've received so many blessings. Had the opportunity to just have such insane things happen in my life that I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. It's just so beautiful. I love it. I am so grateful to have the opportunities that I do in the experiences that I have. Ugh, I figured this out, y'all. To receive the guidance that I've received. Like it's so freaking cool. Like it's so freaking cool. It's one of those things where it's like you'll ask the question of being like, well, what makes me so special? But that's the thing that makes it awesome. Is just like there ain't nothing special about me. It's like it's literally just, girl, this is too high. What the fuck? Now this ain't making no sense. Like, I thought I figured it out. Bad thing. She's my one. Boo thing. Oh, I think it's upside down. You talk it on. Oh, wow. I don't think that's weird wild style. Because it's all just like a ritual practice, right? So it's like, it only, I feel as if that naturally just makes sense. Wait. I think I have figured out the issue. Bad thing. Also, y'all, I know many people are not into TikTok, but it's something I suggest for everybody. Like TikTok is like a mini YouTube. If you view it like a search platform, like everyone, I know a lot of people will like think of TikTok if they haven't been on TikTok and be like, oh, it's just like a bunch of tweens dancing, and there is that, but like you don't see it unless you're searching for it. Like TikTok is a lovely, really cool source to just like connect with other people of whatever interest, right? You can literally search anything and there's gonna be videos on it, like YouTube. And it's like, for those that are into TikTok, follow me on my TikTok, honey. I'm going to be a lot more active on there. It'd be cool to hang out with y'all. Okay, I figured it out. We figured it out, y'all. All right, what happened here? Vaseline on with socks, is that, oh no, that's not weird at all. If you do that with lotion as well, I'll do that with lotion. If you put your socks on before you go to bed, putting that on, why did they have you? This isn't making sense. So, wait a minute. I am doing this backwards. Or am I? I am. Girl. Bad thing. I put this on backwards. Y'all don't tell me right now that this is my fault for skipping ahead, even though it is. Actually, it isn't. Technically, I just put it on the wrong side. Here we go. Yeah, if you put like lotion and stuff on your socks overnight, you'll always have like super baby soft feet. And also, like, I know this might be more of a Hispanic thing, but putting like an onion on, or like a sliced potato. Some will do that when you're sick, putting that on the heel of your feet before going to bed and wearing a sock. They say will bring out the toxins. You love TikTok, Foxfly? Yes, TikTok. I like TikTok a lot. It took me a little bit to warm up to it, but I really do enjoy TikTok a lot. All right. I figured out the issue. And now we twist these over. I could never sleep and stuff. Pulls out bear whistling, honey. What's going on? What kind of Winnie the Pooh? So a Latin thing. Yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, we figured it out. We've cracked the code. Miss Tulip, look at you watching. Look at you watching, honey. If only you knew the struggles. I know I am looking exhausted, darling. I'm about to be just like, hold up. I'm gonna need a shot after this, or should I just have a shot right now and rewarding myself in doing this, darling? We're almost dead. We're almost dead. Girl, let's not. We're almost done. It's getting there, girls. It's getting there. We're at the final stretch. I feel like I should do a shot. We should do a celebratory shot. Let's do a shot. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, honey. Or girl, it's almost 4 o'clock, darling. Hold up. Oh, I'm just feeling her abuela swear by it. See, yeah, okay, see, yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy with that memory. Let me get a shot, honey. Ugh. Ugh. All right, y'all. I don't have a shot glass in my room because why would I? So don't judge me, darling, but we'll do a quick little, and I'm the only one that ever drinks out of this, so. Ooh, that was like half a shot, honey, but I don't feel like doing too much, darling. Can't get too crazy. Yeah, Seth, hit it. Oh, I forgot to cheers. I'll cheers with my water. Cheers. Oh, cheap. None of the above, Miss Nini. None of the above. Cheap vodka. Oh. Ah. Hello, AQ. But yeah, not to harp on it, but I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for always being open-minded when connecting with me. I'm super appreciative of it. And I'm really that's the thing with my channels where it's just I don't want just a specific group of people. I don't want to just surround myself with people who agree with me on things. I want to I like having friends that are different. I like having friends that have different belief systems, and where we can just talk about things, talk about it respectfully, and just listen to each other's perspectives, and that's really the whole purpose of my channel is just I don't need to be in an echo chamber. I like being challenged. So it's I don't want to come off as where it's just I'm always going to be stuck in my ways. I'm sure my views, my practices are always going to be changing. I'm always everything I do is always changing, and it's usually sometimes based off of other people's just having conversations with people that makes me go you know what, I want to dabble in that more. This conversation here honestly is going to make me start, because I think I even said it in my video where when I was leaving the cult, whereas I was feeling really called to reading the Bible, and I've been needing to do that. I even talked to my aunt, who is a preacher, a very successful preacher, and I love her so much. She's always been super accepting of me and just always open-minded, and she was gonna be my isn't there a word for it, Bible partner or something like that, where we go over read different parts of the Bible and talk about it and what it means to us and all that. And I want to get into that. Maybe I'll if y'all are interested, maybe I'll even do a whole make that a YouTube video series where I will make a video and just talk about each whatever portion that I read, scripture, what have you. I feel that'd be really cool. I feel that'd be really fun. But I also want to be able to balance out because I do plan full transparency, darling. I still I have a demon pick a card coming out today, that I'm going to be doing. Like, I want my channel to be eclectic. I want it to be a representation of my practices, and like it's very much so. Oh, hey, Ravi, how are you doing? Miss Tulip, she's over here, darling. She's wide awake. Try Martinelli's apple cider paired with Hennessy. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm gonna save that. King for a day. I like. I can tell we would be good friends. King for a day. Every time you've spoken, I'm like, yes, I vibe with it. Thank you, AQ. The duckie's name is Janet. Miss Janet. Miss Janet, if you're nasty. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that so much. It's like I and I always just appreciate, like, I don't know, I just appreciate other people's perceptions, other people's perspectives. Spirituality always so often can turn into as if you're talking about politics, right? I hate talking about politics, and I never will, like, I've had many friends and family try to, like, talk to me about politics. And a lot of the times, like, obviously we have a lot of the same views, but it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people just can't talk about politics without it being aggressive. And it's just like, and with spirituality, it kind of turns that way as well sometimes. And it turns me off so much. I'm just like, I want to have like nice conversation with y'all. I want to be able to just, I don't know. All right. I should not have two extra of these. So that means I used two small ones where I shouldn't have used them. It is so built on dick measuring and all that. But I think that's just like, and that's really the goal of my channel. Like, I guess I'll like even give y'all like a little heads up on my collaborations. I'm gonna be doing a whole series on, because that's like something I always have felt so passionately about, is like when I was in high school, I was into photojournalism. I was in yearbook and newspaper. And in high school, I would compete statewide in Texas for just journalism competitions. Like, I'm a very good writer. I'm a very good interviewer, I feel, because I just know how to ask the right questions, because it's just like, I just like to know about people in general. So it makes sense for me. Like, I used to be really, really good at writing. And just document, just like journalism. And I really, for my channel, I want to be able to, and I am, it's not just a want, that makes it imply as if I haven't created it yet. But I wanted at some point for my channel to start using my platform to just like talk to other spiritual people. So other tarot readers, other occultists, and all that. And I am so excited because I have someone that I planning on already doing like my first collaboration with, where it's like interview style, where we talk about just beliefs, like kind of like how we're talking right now, right, with another individual. And it's like my goal with my channel at some point, where it's just like I want my channel to be for other people, other creators, and just people that I just am inspired by spiritually, and not just spiritually, just in general. Like, I like knowing people's stories. Like, I want my platform to be where it's just like removing like the veil, right? Because that's just always how it's been for me. It myself is like, I always challenge myself in my vulnerability, and like how I'm presenting myself, right? Like, that's why I'm always super personable, because it's like I'm not gonna just come onto a video and be like, oh guys, I was just having a rough, challenging time, da 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 da, because it's like, well, that doesn't do anything, right? That's just to complain. Like, let me talk about my issues, not from a place of attention, but like, that's, it's much more interesting. It's a lot more personable to be like, I'm going through this right now. This is how I'm processing it. Maybe you can relate. If you've gone through it, let's talk about it, right? I'm not afraid about vulnerability. I think vulnerability is sexy. So that's like the thing I'm doing for my channel, where it's like putting on, platforming other people, other creators that are also on the platform. But it's not always going to be that way, where it's just like interview-esque style, where I just get to understand what makes them tick, understand their processes and their beliefs and all that. Like, so I'm excited for it. That's going to be coming in this coming week. I have the first one, it's actually scheduled for tomorrow, where the first interview is going to be happening. So it's going to be happening. The first video for that series is going to be coming this week. Hey, V Familiar. Oh, you love the idea. Miss Tulip, she says hello. How are you doing, V Familiar? I appreciate that, Robbie. Yeah, like that's like, oh yeah, I love a Red Table Talk, honey. Whenever they came out with that series, I was like, oh, that's fabulous. But yeah, that's what I wanted it to be because it's like, I really don't have like we talked about it a little bit before. It's like I don't get understand people who are competitive. Well, I'm competitive, but not from a place of being like me against them. Like I'm from a place where it's just like I'm competitive in the sense that I'm challenging myself. Like I'm inspired by people. So it's like I'm friends with other creatives who are who like I don't think there's like a comparison, right? But it's just like let's just say that I'm friends with Tyler's Tarot. Tyler's Tarot and I had like we've had some email conversations, um, and like Minopon and stuff. Like I never see them as like competition to me. I'm inspired by them, and it's just like I see what they're doing, and I'm just like, oh, I could do so much more. I can challenge myself. So it's like I guess yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a better word to like inspired. Like I don't see someone else and I feel threatened by it. Because that's like the one thing I'm very confident in myself about is like since a young child, darling, like you don't come out of the closet as a gay man, as a gay black man, darling, as a little kid like I did. Back before it was like a thing to be, it's a lot more socially accepted. Like I'm so happy for the gay youth of today. But like when I was wearing makeup and all that, like it was I had to be very self-assured of myself, spiritually practicing since I was a kid. Like I've always just been very self-aware of myself and very comfortable with my being. So it's like I never struggled with that dynamic of like feeling threatened and all that. Like I never see things as competition. So it's just like I want to be able to just like work with these people and just be able to have people open up and just like because there's just so much people can offer. All right, we're so close to girl that half a shot is really already feeling me though. I'm feeling I am feeling that shot, half a shot, darling. But yeah, like that's what I'm really excited for. That's what I'm currently working on. And like it's gonna be obviously it's starting out small, but somewhere along the line I am missing it's these. Ugh. 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 But yeah, I have that in the works, so that's gonna be coming. The first episode of that's gonna be probably coming this week, right? I'm gonna try to do some, like ideally like a perfect world for me, right? And this is an example. I don't know, Shane, if you're here talking about that perfectionism, right? Like perfect idea for me is like having like a studio space, like a little comfortable space where it's like bean bags and like lights like this, and having people just come to my room, come to my space and interview them there so it's more personal face to face. But right now I have to make do and have it just be through like webcams and stuff like that. But it's just like, if I waited for, I guess that's just my point. It's like if I waited for like the perfect scenario, like it wouldn't be happening for so much longer. Just to like have that, bring it back to that first moment there, It's like, it's important. It's very good to have high expectations of yourself, but just because you put something, like here's the thing. Here's a quote. I'm very big on quotes. The thing, like, and this is a quote I want a lot of people to like listen to, is that the biggest gift you can give yourself is to learn to accept that just because something isn't your best doesn't mean it's not worthy of being seen. That's a quote that's just that's gonna hit when you think about it, because it's like we feel it's a little bit of imposter syndrome, right? It dabbles into that because it's like if you feel as if your word, your perspective, your work doesn't have value unless it's perfect. On some level, obviously there's gonna be that level where it's like you just want something to be perfect just because you're presenting it. But just because something's not perfect, I'm like, that doesn't mean it's not worthy of being seen. You know, that doesn't mean that it's all for nothing, you know. Bad thing, she's my god. Oh my god. What is this one? All right, wait a minute. So is it like this? You have a lot of turtlenecks and eyelashes, darling. This is my favorite thing, turtleneck and eyelashes. Hello. You're doing good. Be familiar. So glad I caught you this morning. I appreciate that, Be Familiar. I hope you have a wonderful work day. Thank you for hanging out with me. You're a trans man to move through societally in your experience. The cat tent is really wearing me out, wild style. All right, we're almost done with this though. Oh my god, there's just a few more pieces left, thank God. But where's... Oh, okay. Okay. You about to finish? I don't feel like I should have this piece. Oh no, I should. Your future self is watching you right now through your memories. Make yourself proud. That's exactly how I feel. I have, like, honestly, there's a whole series, and I think I'm going to start recording it today. Because people have always talked about, well, not always talked about, people have asked me, being like, oh, like, it would be so cool to have, like, singing bowl sessions with me and stuff. Because I do singing bowls, and I used to do them a lot more when I was in Washington, when I was really trying to fight my depression, honey. And I want to do that again. So I think I'm going to do my singing bowl. I'm going to start sharing the quotes that I have. Like, do a little bit of a singing bowl healing session, like 10 minutes, and share a quote. And yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And start sharing that. I love quotes. I have a full, like, notes on my phone app, where it's just with quotes. How do I feel about aliens? I feel like they obviously, I say obviously, I personally feel like they exist, but I don't really think too much further past that, admittedly. Like, I want it to be, I want to experience, I feel like I will. I want to be able to I hope I get to see aliens in the physical and experience them in the physical in my lifetime. I feel like they exist. There's been so much data coming out now, like videos of like, and like the government has even confirmed and stuff, right? Of being like, yeah, like there are aliens. So, B31. This is B40. B31. Oh no. Oh no, these are B31. But I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into it after, besides that, rather. Oh, welcome to the girls, Ravi. Thank you so much. Ugh. Ugh. You think Men in Black had tidbits of truth? Honestly, I don't, I watched Men in Black when it was out originally, but that was so many years ago. So admittedly, I don't remember too much of Men in Black. I think there's multiple now at this point, isn't there? Oh, girl. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Ugh. Ooh, honey. Or was I supposed to? I used the wrong things. I just worked so hard putting this in. Ugh. Yeah, the UFO. Oh, you saw it, Seth? Yeah, the UFO one where it's like one diving into the water, and the government even had to be like, "Yeah, girl, we can't explain it." We watch it with adult eyes. Oh yeah, I probably should, honestly. How should this go? Oh yeah. Oh my god, she's Let's see. I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't explored anything new with my spirituality recently. I say recently, of recent years. I'm kind of interested in delving into like a new um, spiritual path here soon, or exploring a new spiritual concept. I'm kind of I'm gonna put that out into the universe because that's the next thing I want to manifest is that it's like I want to meet a person that has a practice or practices something that I haven't done before, or someone that will spiritually inspire me and give me new direction. That'd be dope. That would be real dope. That's what I want. So I'm gonna put that out into the universe, honey. Exactly, Seth. They're just like, y'all, we can't explain this. We can't even pretend like it don't exist, honey. But it's there. So do with it as you will, darling. Girl, get in here. God, who knew just fitting pipes were just so... Fitting pipes is so exhausting. Oh, goodness. I can make these jokes because I know anyone that watches my channel, for the most part, it's like my age. How do people just do this for a living? All right. Oh, yes. Tulip, are you seeing this, darling? I am. I'm just... Whew. I feel like that... what's that? I feel like that one music video from Fifth Harmony, that one song that was overplayed at the time. Is it called Just Work? From Fifth, you will know if you watched the music video for Fifth Harmony, where it's just like, look, titties out and everything, not doing a damn thing, but they're acting like they're doing construction. I love it though. All right, now. I just messed something else up on this. Yes, the construction work's done. You can go to work. I know, Work It from Britney Spears. Isn't that crazy, y'all? The Free Britney. Like, it's so... Watching that all go down, it, like, makes me sad to think about Britney Spears. Like, she was literally being controlled and abused, like, right in front of her eyes. And by law, we couldn't even do anything. Like, she couldn't even do anything. Literally, the law was against her in allowing that abuse and fast-passing her abuse. Such a sad story, man. I love, be a cliche, I love me some Beyonce. I saw Beyonce. Beyonce's the only artist I've seen live in concert. And it was during her... It was on the Run tour, I believe. And she had like the big old white screen. It was during her Formation era, Get in Formation. I cried. The moment when I was watching Beyonce live, I was just crying. The moment she came out onto the stage, I was crying until she got off the stage, honey. It was crazy seeing her. And Erykah Badu was in the audience too, because it was in Houston. or is it Dallas? People from Houston and Dallas would just squint at me right now, getting the two confused. Was it Dallas or Houston? I think it was Houston. Your ex saw her at Coachella. Oh, lucky. Yeah, how many other... Amanda Bynes is another one that has that conservatorship. It's so crazy. Oh, gross. Honey. It's not done yet, though. Almost. Now we just put the topper on. That thing. She's never alone. B40. Do. I should have 3. Now that song from Britney Spears, 1, 2, 3, is in my head. Oh, also, it was insane, y'all. My birthday was on a full moon. October 20th was the full moon, and that was my birthday. I don't think I talked about it, but it was so cool. Like, I felt like, honey, I felt so spiritual, girl. I was just like, I am the chosen one. I am the moon child, darling. I am with the spirits, with the energies. Alright. Girl, we are at the final stretch of this, thank goodness. And I have a, oh, I'm so excited. I don't like Halloween. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, like, I don't care, like, I'm indifferent about Halloween. I don't personally celebrate it just because it's like, I always say, it's like, Halloween is like every day to me. Like, I dress up every single day. Like, in my clothes, like, that's, like, I'm not materialistic, but I love clothes. And not, like, but it's because of the fact that, like, to me, like, clothes is just like my way of costume. If I feel like I want to be more fancy or whatever, I will wear whatever, you know. But I'm going to a Halloween party with some other friends. My friend's doing a Halloween party, and she asked me, she's like, "Oh, Velca, what are you gonna dress up as?" And I'm just, I gave such a cop out of an answer, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just be a witch." Literally just like slap on a hat, and there we go. I don't know if this is... I used the wrong things here. Didn't I? I did. It's so funny, y'all. I'm like thinking about it right now. It was the fact, because it's like me talking about the cult from before. I don't feel like going into, like, I'm so over talking about them now, but I'm just like, I find it funny. That's the thing that I'll like think about is like, I know they watch me, because it's like I've watched how obsessive they are over other people, and like, so it's like I know they watch me. I know they watch my videos. So now I'm like giggling, having myself a giggle, thinking about how they're gonna be coming into this live stream, watching this live stream later. Let's see. That's like the one unfortunate thing. I mean, not about just them, but it's just like, even when I was in California, just like the people that I've parted ways from, just because of various reasons throughout the past few years, The one downside is that these people have the luxury of just like watching me at any point. I guess it don't matter, right? Campbell, I appreciate the concern, and I'm sure they tried. You know, I'm sure they definitely did something, or tried to do something. But here's the thing: to be completely blunt, I don't respect, like, for what they do. One, I don't respect their practices in general. But it's just like, if you can't even take care of your own animals, you know, if you can't take care of your own damn animals, like, I don't believe in anything that you connect to spiritually. Like, I don't believe that you're even connecting to any type of, like, any type of being, at least that has any type of substance, if they'll connect with you while y'all are acting like that and are literally neglecting and abusing your animals. You know, it's just like, girl, like, if you can't even, if you don't have the willpower and the discipline to clean a litter box, then it's just like, you do not have the discipline and the willpower to do anything to me. And if you did try to do something, like, that's just like, I don't know. I don't put too much energy into it just because it's the fact of where, girl, where it's just like, I'm like looking to see if I'm missing something. There we go. Where it's just like, anything they do, it's like, I don't feel like it's like not even anything, you know? Did I use, something's not right here. The math ain't mathin'. Wait. Girl, how are y'all gonna have, it's not this way, huh? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, it's like, that's the thing. It's just like, I'm not saying that they didn't. Like, I know that they did. I mean, they literally, I watched them literally put a curse on people that they are now fake to and pretend as if like they're best friends. Like, that was the thing that really bothered me too. It's just like, y'all are really befriending these people that you put a curse on and acting as if y'all are best of friends. And it's like, y'all doing that to them, you're probably doing that to me, first of all. And two, it's just like, yeah, like, in order for me to feel worried about what it is that they're doing, they have to be first worthy of like actually doing something. And it's just like, it's really one of those things, just like, go take care of your animals before you handle anything with me, darling. Go take care of your animals. Go work on your self-esteem so you don't have to put on 5,000 filters to record a video of unoriginal content. You know, just like, I'm not threatened, you know. That's the thing with curses, is that the curse, it's really about what you do with it. Like, if you feed energy into it, right, if you're worried about it and you're putting energy into that, and so that makes the curse more potent, right, if there was something, right, like, you have to put in a lot of the energy for a curse to work. And it's just like, I am just so indifferent to them, and I don't know, yeah. I've never personally got into cursing and stuff, because from my perspective, if I'm going to, because all cursing and rituals and all that is, you're just directing energy. And so for me, if I'm going to direct energy, I'm going to direct energy to myself. I'm going to be focusing on my own abundance and all that, right? Like, I can confidently say I haven't done diddly squat to them because I just don't care. Like, their lives are pathetic enough as it is. And it's just like, they're just not worth my time and energy. Time is money, you know? Like, in the time of me doing that curse, I could have done several YouTube videos. I could have done a live stream like this and connecting with you guys. Like, they are just not worth my time. But I can talk about them. I'm gonna talk about them because they're my trauma, darling. And like anything with my channel, like, I've always been very open about talking about my traumas. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. I don't know why they decided to do, like, that's the thing too. I know it bothers them that I will talk about them, and like, and I know there's gonna be some people that go into that narrative of being like, oh, Velka just wants drama, da 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 da. But it's just like, you look on my channel, I've always talked about my traumas, like, freely, openly. I always have. So it's just like, they just made the mistake and being awful to the person that had literally made their platform off of talking about their experiences, you know? So it's just like, I don't want it to um, come off as like drama or something, because to me, like, talking about it is very therapeutic for me. You know, for so many years, I couldn't talk about anything. For my regulars that have been here for a while, like, there are so many live streams, so many of my personal videos that I've posted. I have a whole playlist where it's called Simply Personal, or something like that, uh, where it's all my personal videos. And there's so many times I've hinted at where it's like that I was trapped, you know, like, my content's consistent, where it's just like, I've always said, it's like, one day I'm going to be able to talk about it. One day y'all will be able to understand. Like, I've always dropped the hints, never actually making, because obviously I couldn't say anything or do anything, because literally I was worried about my life, because the person I was in I was renting a room from bought a gun with no gun training and literally had bullets and everything. And you know, and I was renting a room with them during the peak of COVID, you know, like, I had a lot of shit going on. And girl, this is not, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be comments where people are just like, "Oh, Velka, you just want attention," da 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 da. But I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, ugh, I know, like, that's the thing too, is like, I know my videos have helped people. I've had so many people reach out to me personally, thanking me, because it confirmed so much of their own experiences, you know, and just for that fact alone, I would do it again 10 times over, because I was able to help people. I was able to, see here. Let's see. So to me, talking about like, my experiences will not only help open up people who are also victims of them, but also just other people who might be in like very manipulative spiritual dynamics. Okay. Girl, these pipes, darling, I got too many pipes to manage. There we go. Yeah, she's knocked out for... Oh no, she has her eye open right now a little bit. Thank you, Ravi. I really am just so much happier now. I am so... It's so crazy to think back on it now and be like, to think like where my life was. Let's see. Ugh. Trying to figure this out. Girl, we have... This is the final stretch, and I'm struggling on the final stretch. But it's just like, yeah. And I plan, like, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely transparent. I plan on doing more videos talking about, not about them and having it be like an expose thing, but I definitely want to make a video series talking about my time in that cult, right? Like, I literally came from a cult before, like, I escaped a cult before when I was a young teenager. You know, I've always talked about it, you know? And now after the second time around, now that I am a lot more mature, unfortunately was in that crappy situation, it's something I want to document, because it's like, it's one of those things where not a lot of people who come from a cult talk about it, because of like their own safety and the fears behind all that, which sucks, man. It shouldn't be that way, but it's just like, let me be that voice. Let me show that, you know, I'm perfectly okay with being the one that's like, that's just that says just like, you know what, I got this, you know, let me be that voice that you wish you could have, or whatever, you know. Not trying to sound like important or anything, because I don't think I am, but girl, these pipes are literally like half an inch difference, and it's just like, it makes the world of difference in how this is actually being connected. Let's see. Okay, I need to switch these now. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh yeah, I was in a cult when I was as a teenager as well. It was online. It was all online. So thankfully at that point it was a lot easier to leave it. But there still was a lot of the trauma that came with it, and I was attacked and everything, you know. But even during then, even when I was younger, like I was always very vocal about it, because it's like people who are in a cult are quite literally victims of abuse. Like there's no other way to put it. You're a victim of abuse. And so it's just like those abusers don't ever get outed unless someone talks about the abusers, and the victims of abuse usually are afraid of talking about it or what have you, or whatever the reasonings are. And that sucks, you know? So yeah, and that's one of like, I've gotten so many people thanking me, and it's just like how it's just like been inspiring for them, and like giving them hope, and like giving them the strength as well to do what's best for them, realizing that, you know, because it's just like, especially when you're in a cult, like you'll get in your head about so much, and you're just so worried about so much. But for people to see another individual speak so openly about something, like the Me Too movement, it inspires so much. And that's, aside from me talking about my traumas and having it be healing aside, I just know what I'm doing is gonna help. And so it's just like, if I do, like, I'll deal with like the random comment here and there where they're just like bashing me, but it's just like, again, I put it in perspective. If you want to support people who neglect and abuse their animals, that's your choice. That's not the kind of people that I want to be around. And at the end of the day, these people only know the lie of them. I lived with them. There's a reason as to why everyone that ever met them in person no longer talks to them anymore, because every single person has always seen the shadiness. So it's like, I don't know. You almost took a strong, that would have been bad, Seth. It really is hard to do with all these different pipe lengths. Ugh, what is a girl to do? Yeah, that's the thing too. Not a lot of people understand like how that's exactly it, Campbell, is like, people think a cult is just like drinking the Kool-Aid, right? And like mass massacres. But especially in the 21st century, cults are heavily, especially now with the accessibility of the internet, is about money. It's heavily about money. There's just a cult, like, people have a vision of what a cult is, because again, people who come out of cults, like what's her name, Leah Remini, her coming out of Scientology, being vocal about leaving a cult and your experiences in a cult is a very scary thing for the individual. And it's just like, yeah, people, like, there's not enough perspective on it because not a lot of people talk about it. And cults just look so different. There's not one specific view of a cult. I'm sure in Jamie and Sally's eyes, or Kelta and Alana, darling, how they go by, they don't see themselves as a cult, but, they are. You don't realize something's a cult until you're out of it, too. It's like, I think of myself as a very self-aware person. I said that, but it's not the sense of just, like, drinking the Kool-Aid and following, like, cults are just, it's very subtle manipulation. And they pry off of your emotions. There's just so many layers to a cult. And I just put this on backwards. girl. We are like so close to being done. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. Y'all. Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. I'm so excited to get that series going with interviewing different people, and plus I'm going to be making cameos on a couple other people's channels as well soon, and so I'm just so excited. That's like the one thing that has been such an amazing thing, is like I've had so many people in the community reach out to me who I wasn't able to connect with beforehand because of who I was associated with, you know, because of just like that toxicness. So it's like really, there's just been what I have planned, y'all, is just, I'm so excited to be coming out with it all. Like it's gonna, y'all are gonna love. The vision I have in mind is beautiful, almost as beautiful as this. Damn thing. Oh my gosh, has anyone, so on Netflix, if y'all have Netflix, has anyone watched the Netflix series? Well, first of all, like I'm sure everyone has heard about people talk about Squid Games. I watched Squid Games. I wasn't necessarily crazy about it. It was definitely sad. It was definitely interesting. It was good, but not really something that I'm like gushing about. But the new season of You came out on Netflix. Ooh, honey, when I tell you I binged that, I binged that. And the new season of Grey's Anatomy should be coming soon. I love me some Grey's Anatomy, honey. Do y'all, like, let me know, what do y'all watch on Netflix? I've been needing, like, a new series to binge. I love me some Netflix. Girl, come on. Why is this like this? All right. Y'all, I just did it. I am motherfucking Bob the motherfucking Builder. Bob the motherfucking Builder don't even got nothing on me. Hello? It only took me an hour, 2 hours, and 20 minutes to put one of the pipes just, girl. Ugh. Get the fuck in here. Get the fuck in here. Whew, honey. Oh. Oh. She's a craftsman. Oh. Oh. She is the moment. Oh. Yes. You see that, darling? Yes, I did. No, I didn't need no power tools. I keep it 100% organic, just how God intended. I didn't use God didn't do electricity. God was a carpenter, darling. Hello, I'm just following in God's footsteps. I don't know if God could have done what I did here, darling. Honestly, it looks like the Lord's work. If I should be so humble. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Why am I so good at this? It only took me 2 hours. Darling. 2 motherfucking hours. Oh my God. I just covered 2 up with it now. Oh my gosh, y'all. Ugh. Y'all. I feel like that almost like calls for like another half a shot, darling. Oh my God. Just seeing it in the... Y'all, Oh, look at Tulip getting in there already, getting the money with. Come on, Tulip. Oh my god. Hello, why is she so cute? Come on, Tulip. Yes, sugar. I built that myself. Oh, come on, Miss Tulip. Oh, y'all, when you're kids, oh my gosh. Miss Tulip. Y'all, this is all worth it. All 2.5 hours, darling. I want to again say thank you so much to, because I didn't buy this myself. Um, I have like an Amazon wish list, which don't ever feel like you need to. I always tell people I do my tarot readings and stuff like that just to hang out with people. But like I have people were asking to have like a wish list or something. Um, and so I was just like, all right, well, since I don't really want anything, I have like a bunch of tarot cards I would use through the channel, but also just a bunch of stuff for Tulip, like cat treats and like a cat tree and all that. And I want to thank Mystic Wolf 77 for getting this for me for my birthday. Well, for Miss Tulip technically, but she got it for my birthday. They got it for my birthday. So if Mystic Wolf ever sees this, I want to say thank you to Mystic Wolf. And Miss Tulip already loves it. Oh my gosh. It makes me so happy. The fact that she immediately went to it, girl. You watch mostly history-based stuff? I used to really be into history stuff. British Bake Off? I know that's super popular. How do you get an Amazon wish list? It's just like you put like a wish list. Like you can, if you look at something randomly, you can put add to list and you can do like a wish list. Even just for like yourself. Any suggestions on topics to start with? Nini, honestly, you should talk about like your experience, spirituality experiences. There needs to be more people who talk about their spiritual experiences. If you're into tarot, do tarot. I feel like everyone, if you're into tarot, there's never a bad reason to get into tarot card, having like a tarot channel. You know, you're gonna have a drink with me, Wild Style. All right, I'll do. I need a little bit more water if I do another half a shot though. Miss Tulip, Miss Tulip. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. I am now realizing though it is a little bit big, darling. So I don't know if I could have it in my background, in my back. Maybe I could. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm so glad. I just love the fact that Miss Tulip's just sitting right here. Ooh, Campbell, I never watched Showgirls. Ooh, hey, bless. Oh, hey, Nene. You got wine? I have a red wine, but I don't feel like opening, because, you know, when you drink a wine, you have to, like, commit to it. But, hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. So, these are just leftover from my birthday. I got this wine from Trader Joe's, honey. I got it because of the skull. I actually have made my own wine before. Makes a world of difference. I can't, like, I drink other red wines, but, like, no other wine compares unless you, like, make it yourself without all the nitrates in it. So I haven't tasted this, but it looks cool. It looks dope. I'm saving, and then I have, like, this is plus, I don't, this is a cheap champagne. I don't invest a lot in my alcohol because it's like, I'm trying to get from point A to point B. I don't need to spend $60. So this is like a really cheap champagne, but it reminds me of, I saw it at the store and reminded me of Goldschlager with those gold flakes. Yeah, is it Schlager? Y'all know, the ones that have seen the gold flakes in the little shot glasses will know what I'm talking about. But then, yeah, I saw this one and I was like, ooh, this looks rich. This looks bougie. Why not just drink my gold? Oh, you stopped drinking. See, yeah, I used to be an alcoholic. I know when people hear that and they're just like, well, Velka, you're drinking now. Because I feel as if people think that when you overcome alcoholism that you don't drink anymore. I drink, you know, I don't drink nearly. Um, I used to drink to like as a form of escapism, but now I just socially drink. And that even still is like not that much anymore. Ooh, I love me some Queen's Gambit. I've been thinking about rewatching that. It's in your blood from growing up in wine country, yeah. Trader Joe's wine. I love me some Trader Joe's. Honestly, I need to just have me a mukbang of me just eating Trader Joe's snacks and stuff. Okay, yeah, Goldschlager. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, and that's champagne. So I'm saving those though, individually, for honestly probably sometime when for like a live stream. You know, I think I'll do it with a See, this is why I don't ever wear my glasses for videos, even though I need to see. It's because the light always will like block out my eyes, and I like giving eye contact. I know I'm not seeing y'all's eyes, but like, I mean, because I'm a child of the internet, like I'm used to just talking on like webcams and stuff like that. So it's like natural to me to just look directly at the camera to give eye contact, and so I feel weird when I'm not doing that, and plus it just always blocks out any type of makeup that I do. Granted, I didn't really do anything today, but yeah, it's just like, and plus with the glare, it's always just so frustrating, darling. I feel like my face just opens up so much more when I'm not when I don't have my glasses on. I need to honestly just get some LASIK, darling. I forgot I did this fake tattoo. You used to work at, you love wine, you got a bottle from there. You worked at a winery and your feelings about wine changed. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm saving both of those separately, probably for like live streams. Maybe I'll like open one up this week. Since I never got to do a birthday live stream, maybe I'll do one. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one on Halloween Day or something. I don't know. Because I do have that party to go to. But Miss Wild Styles, y'all. I know you said you're drinking wine, so you're doing like, we'll do a quick little cheers. I know I'm drinking from the bottle, but I'm the only one that drinks this. I'm gonna be doing half a shot. Because even that half a shot was a lot for me. That shows you how much I drink now. Is like, if this, before I used to down, like I could chug, whiskey was my Achilles heel. When I drank before, I drank whiskey, honey. Still do drink whiskey sometimes, but whiskey will make me black out, honey. But yeah, I used to just like, I would used to be able to chug like this. I could just chug this like water. Now I'm just like, y'all saw if you saw me take a shot before, I was like, ugh. You do it for the anxiety. I understand that. Whew. This gives me anxiety just trying to do another shot or half a shot. I have this thing where I won't swallow initially if I don't feel like it, or if I'm like dreading it rather. Get your mind out of the gutter. Y'all, oh my gosh. I feel so accomplished to have that done. Ooh. It is a Svedka bottle. Robbie knows. It's literally bottom shelf because it's like I said, like alcohol to me, I don't like spending a lot on it because it all tastes the same to me going from point A to point B. I will do like Tito's if I'm like, I'll do Tito's if I'm like buying like alcohol to go with other people, to drink with other people. But other than that, if it's just for myself, girl, Seagram's whiskey. Talking about bottom shelf, that was me. Seagram 7 whiskey, honey. Vacuum the house and putting away the dishes. Yes, getting your chores done. Y'all, I feel so accomplished having that done. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Trader Joe's, oh, I have these to get that vodka taste out of my mouth. Y'all, if you ever go to Trader Joe's, if you have a Trader Joe's, get you some non-crackers. There's a garlic flavor. I thought I got the garlic, but this is just original. But these non-crackers, so good. Mm. Oh. Now I'm gonna just be like chewing like a cow. These are so good though. I will get these with Trader Joe's chicken salad, honey. Lovely. Oh yeah, cleaning, doing chores goes by is so much easier to do with a little bit of alcohol in you. You had naan and curry. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh. Ooh, ooh, that vodka, darling. My body's like trying to reject it. Listen, by some people's standards, all Miss Wild Styles, we're not spiritual people because we enjoy alcohol, y'all. So we'll just be non-spiritualists together. Cheers, honey. This is water. Don't. I don't want people to think I'm just like chugging more alcohol. It feels so good to not be a real spiritualist, huh? My gosh. So silly. So silly. I am. I used to, before work the night shift when I had a normal job. See, yeah, it's always so different for people, right? Whereas just like some people, they feel more spiritually in tune when, because that's the thing. There's so many practices, cultural practices where you offer alcohol. And I know for some people, alcohol will like get them out of uh, their own block, because there's like really with the spiritual experiences, like you are your biggest blockage. So it's just like alcohol sometimes can like a little bit of alcohol can like help, take down those inhibitions and those reservations that you might have to allow the experiences to come in, especially if it's like relieving anxiety and stuff like that. So, ah, all right, y'all. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciated hanging out with you guys. It's so nice to just like, it was nice to build this big old thing, darling. Oh, Miss Tulip's going back in there. Come on, Miss Tulip. Enjoy the fruits of my labor. Yeah, I appreciate seeing y'all so much. Thank you for this like just wonderful conversation. Um, yep, exactly. Wow, so you get it. Um, yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching me struggle building this, darling. Made the time go by a lot easier. But I'm gonna get back to recording. I'm gonna be doing a pick a card. I'm gonna be, I guess I can just let y'all know for those that, the treat that you get. I'm doing an updated version of Lilith's pick a card, because the one I did beforehand, the editing was awful and the colorization was just awful. And so I'm just reshooting that one. And then I'm thinking about if anyone has like a specific entity or a deity that they want to hear messages from a pick a card, let me know, because I'm gonna start posting, just like mass posting like the pick a cards and stuff like that, so people just have that to like go to at any point in their life, because I want to be able to like provide that type of content for people to go to whenever, because sometimes people just don't resonate with zodiac signs, right? So I get that entirely. Am I doing it now? Oh yeah, because like I woke up today, I took a nap at like 8 p.m. I took a nap and I ended up waking up at like midnight. So that's why I'm up so late as well. So I was just like, let me just turn on my live stream. I didn't anticipate that me taking 3 hours to put that together, but it was still worth it. Oops. But yeah, Archangel Michael. I actually have an Archangel Michael. Pick a card, Wild Styles. I think it's still up. It's still available. But yeah, I have a Archangel Michael pick a card already there. Thank you, Cape Verde. Payment pick a card playing Genshin has. Okay, I could do payment. I'll do payment after Lilith. I'll try to get both of those done today. Yeah, usually with my experience when it comes to doing picker cards with deities, um, I will always like. That's the thing. Like, if it's a deity that I've already worked with, it's a lot easier for me to get into like the state to connect with them. But usually it's like it usually takes me like 30 minutes to like an hour sometimes to do like the prep work of like connecting to their energy and then doing like pulling some of the cards for it. So it has like cards to be picked for people's picker cards and then just going from there. But Payman and Lilith, it's very easy for me to connect to because I already worked with both of them. So yeah, I will definitely do payment as well. So you're meant to be here. That was crazy, Wild Styles, because like literally, no joke, earlier tonight I was thinking about you. Like I was literally thinking about you. So it was so crazy to see your face like pop up. I was like, oh my gosh. Payment is the name of your fairy, and I've have a lot of like I have a friend that has a YouTube channel that talks about Jensen. Genshin Impact. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Campbell is talking about seeing the same number. I actually have a numerology series. I have typed up. I have like literally the whole scripts for all of the numerology, and I was gonna be recording them right before my phone broke, where I break down each of the numbers of. I do old school numerology, so from 1 to 9 is what I do. And so I break down like the meanings of the numbers and all that because I will always talk about in my readings, or I would just tell people it's like, oh, look up this number in numerology to see how it resonates with you in this week today. And so I was just like, you know what? Instead of me telling people to look it up on Google, let me just do like a video and I can like reference people, be like, oh, watch this video, hear these, like see it from my perspective, or at least my perspective of what the numbers mean rather. Um, and it's just easier that way. So yeah, I plan on. I don't know when that's gonna come out. Definitely, I probably could just like be recording them. Those will definitely the numerology is definitely gonna be sooner, much rather than later. Honestly, y'all, I'm gonna be completely transparent. Where it's just like in the coming days, like I'm gonna be just posting, just constantly getting posts out. When I tell you, like um, it was such a nice unintended break. Uh, not having my phone available, not working for all of last week and on the weekend. It was a really nice break for me. I just feel so inspired and like so ready just to record. And I want to be able to just like, I do my weekly tarot videos to the zodiac signs, which is nice and fabulous. I really do enjoy doing them. But I want to expound on it. I want my channel to be so much more than just doing weekly zodiac signs because my life is just so much more the weekly zodiac signs, and I plan on opening up my second channel sometime soon as well. My second channel is going to be, I guess y'all just get a behind the scenes of it. I'll get a little extra info that most people probably won't see. Is I'm making a second channel because like I am very much so into pop culture. Not so much like celebrity pop culture, like Hollywood pop culture, but like I love YouTube pop culture. Like I always follow like the dramas and like what people, like other YouTubers are doing, and I want to be able to just commentate on it. And even just in general, like just general pop culture, like anything that's not really spiritual, I just want to voice my opinion and just all that about, not like a drama channel, just literally like voicing my opinion on it. I want to just have that channel there for it, and probably just like having like random mukbangs and stuff on there, just so there's a little bit more separation rather than trying to just have everything fit in this one. Because that's the thing I don't like with my channel here, is that so many videos get lost because of how often I post. So unless you look at my playlists, a lot of people don't see a lot of the content that I create that isn't tarot. So yeah, that's will be coming still soon eventually. I appreciate it, Wild Styles. Oh yeah, and I've been meaning to for so many months now. I wanted to talk about my spirit. Oh, you know what? Let me not give too much away. Let me not give too many spoilers. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up now because I am so long-winded and I always struggle saying goodbye, darling. So I love you guys so much. We fucking did it. We did it. Yes. And I will be seeing y'all a lot more in the future. I love y'all so much. Thank you. Bye. I know that awkward closing phase of me trying to like finale.